International Trade Focus is brought to you by Ghana Free Zones Authority and supported by GOIL and Agricultural Development Bank.
Now, if the COVID-19 pandemic has taught us anything as a nation, is the fact that we need to move away from the overdependence on imports and move towards a state of self-reliance. Today's edition of International Trade Focus will be coming to you from Akrofarms in the Eastern region. Now, Akrofarms is the biggest integrated and automated poultry facility, not only in Ghana, but in West Africa. We want to find out the role that Akrofarms is playing in the import substitution drive. International Trade Focus is brought to you by Ghana Free Zones Authority. They say sharing good fortunes, GOIL, good energy, ADB, truly agric, and more. International Trade Focus is also supported by Pediasi Valley Resort. My name is Anna Spio. Stick and stay.
Your business concepts and investment must be harnessed through a hassle-free and highly thoughtful process to make them globally competitive. That is precisely the mission of the Ghana Free Zones Authority. Ghana Free Zones Authority packages Ghana's enabling business and investment environment with endless benefits. Total exemption from major taxes and levies for first 10 years. Talk to us now about our business oasis created all over the country. Acres of industrial enclaves for all sectors. Our beneficiaries are in vibrant business exporting finished and processed factory inputs all over the world. And what do our clients call us?
Partner.
Ghana Free Zones Authority. Sharing good fortunes.
Breathtaking picturesque views, the essence of tranquility recrafted. What's your desire? A romantic expedition, syndicate sessions, banquet and conferences, or a discreet weekend getaway? Just name it. It's exclusively packaged for you at Pediasi Valley Resort. Every spacious rooms, ultra-modern gym facilities, games, indoors, terrace and lawn restaurants and lounges, cozy private dining, and all the swimmer's paradise. Aquaba, any day, all year round to Pediasi Valley Resort. The acts of serenity, skillfully served.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Are you an importer or exporter? Do you need quick financing at the best rate on the market? ADB has good news for you. Walk into any agricultural development bank location nationwide for that solution to all your trade financing needs. ADB offers you pre-financing of exports and imports, post-shipment credit facilities, bank guarantees, the issuance and acceptance of letters of credit, documentary bills for collection, outward documentary collection. Enjoy free advisory services from our well-trained, dedicated trade officers. Exporters of agricultural products are encouraged to take advantage of this great service. For further enquiries, call us on 0302 210 210. ADB, making trade finance easy. ADB, truly agric and more.
A warm welcome back. You're still watching International Trade Focus. Our focal point comes up next.
For some few years now, the poultry industry in Ghana is experiencing some resurgence as a result of government and private sector players' determination to revive the industry. This has led to the establishment of new poultry farms and the expansion of existing ones. Livestock production is an important feature in the country's agriculture and accounts for 14% of agricultural GDP. It's also a major source of income for farmers in the country. Its socio-economic importance in the creation of jobs, especially in rural areas, cannot be overemphasized. The Animal Production Directorate of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture reports that Ghana currently imports over 240,000 metric tons of meat, that is chicken, beef and others, to make up for the country's meat deficit, costing the country over $375 million annually. The national demand for poultry meat alone is about 400,000 metric tons, with local production just about 57,871 metric tons, a clear indication that imports of poultry meat is about 180,000 metric tons, with a shortfall of over 162,000 metric tons. It's obvious that the country's annual consumption of chicken far outweighs its production levels. Research has revealed that broiler meat importation constitutes over 80% of total meat imports into the country. These facts indicate that developing an efficient livestock sector will save the country the millions of dollars used annually to import livestock products, create employment, and boost the economy. It comes as no surprise to industry players that more investors are venturing into poultry farming to increase local production in order to meet domestic demand. Fortunately, there are clear indications that banks and other financial institutions are now ready to offer the needed financial assistance that can significantly push local poultry production to an appreciable level. Several private sector players are making the needed investments as a form of contribution to the import substitution drive, in line with the government of Ghana's decision to stop the importation of poultry products. And one of such private sector players is Akrofarms. International trade figures visited Akrofarms. Akrofarms is a poultry facility at Adoso in the eastern region of Ghana. Established in 2019, Akrofarms is the biggest integrated and automated poultry facility in West Africa. Currently, Akrofarms produces fresh and healthy table vegetable eggs, day-old chicks, chicken feed, and meat. Damien Innocent Edward, the farm manager of Akrofarms, narrates the production cycle on the farm.
So currently we are in the control room, and this is where we command the machines to work. So when you see what you see behind me, this is the AVR here, which controls the current. This is the control panels where we control the feeding, the lighting, and then the ventilation system. Over here we have the egg bell system. Then we have the monitor here where we do all our programming. Currently we have 26.7 degrees in the room there, and when we command it here, the moment the temperature goes above what we issued on the monitor, the fans will all go up or they'll on by itself. The moment the day ends, we want the light to go off, it will also take control of the lighting system here. We are in the layer house. This is layer house 2, and these are younger birds. In total, we have 80,000 capacity, 8,000 birds here that are laying. As you can see here, these are pullet eggs, meaning they are very young and they are laying. Over here, we have our water system. We normally have an up tank outside there where we release the water by gravity into the room. But when it comes here, we do our mixing here, where we have a concentrated chemical mix there, or medication mix there for the birds to drink. Then this is called a dosatron. What it does is that it takes a piece of the water, mix it with the plain water outside there, and then distributes it to the birds. So through this system, we have a meter that meters the water. So by the end of the day, you know the amount of water the birds have taken. When it's higher, meaning you need to improve on your medication. When it's lower, meaning you need to check what is happening. So you're able to control their drinking and know what is wrong with them. So the moment they reduce taking more water, it's either they have a problem or there was a fault in the pipeline. So we are able to address those issues as we go on. Now, when you come closer to them, we have the feeding trough. where we have the feed coming into it. We have the egg belt conveyor, and we have 4 of this. If you watch closely into the cage, you have the nipple lines where they take their water. The moment they put their beaks on the nipple, water start coming. So you actually don't waste water in the layer house. So everything you give to them is a bit conserved. We also have the cages inclined in a way that when they lay eggs, it rolls and then falls on the conveyor belt. You don't need any human activity to bring the eggs out of the cages. We don't disturb them too much because we want them to feel comfortable and then lay more eggs for us. Underneath them, you see the egg litter belt, which is the belt you see down here, where they defecate on. All the feces go on top on it. Then every day we run that system to the outside of the layer house. So we actually don't have feces in the room. So the scent that we normally see in other poultry farms, we don't actually have those things here.
Is this room air conditioned?
It's not air conditioned, but we have a system we run. That is why you feel that coziness in the room. So actually what you are feeling now is around like 20 degrees that way, but we have an average temperature which you saw on the monitor outside there, making it 26.7 degrees. But if you stand here, you feel like it's an air condition. So I'll take you through how it works. Over here we have a pool in the house. We have 3 of them actually with 3 ventilation systems. We fill the pool with water, cool water. Then we have pumps in there. The pump, what it does, that it draws the water up onto the paper cards you are seeing up there, and then it releases by gravity. So as it goes through the paper, any air that comes from outside goes through that cool water and then gives you that cool feelings you're having in there, making the birds very comfortable. It works like a radiator of a car. So the same process. If you watch behind us, you see strata fans. What they do, they only pull air. So as it pulls air, any air that is running from the outside comes in because of the help of that fan there, which helps to control the temperature in the room. So always the birds have fresh air, breathing, fresh air, cooling them down. We have no problem with that. So we have 3 of these things here. And these are automated. The moment the room is too cold, the machine starts closing it up. When it's too hot, it starts opening it up. So we give the command, as I said earlier on the control panel there. When there's high rise in temperature, all opens, all the fans are put on, they come on. When it's too cold in the evening, it starts closing up to give them the right temperature that they need in the room. So on a daily basis on Akrofarms, what we have 2 workers in each room. And what they do is that they do monitoring. Well, monitoring comes to checking mortality, checking whether even flow of feed through the feeding trough, flow of water in each nipple. So what they do, they go around, take their time, go around. As they go through the building, they check in each cages. Are the birds comfortable? Are they stuck in the cages? Are they performing well? Are they paralyzed? We have all these things that they check. The same time as they do that, they check whether the water flow is in all the nipples. Because you might have some being blocked by particles and stuff. So they do all those checks too. We also have them checking the feed uniform nature of it, so that you don't have much packed in various places with some empty ones available. So the birds can have equal feeding through with uniform growth. We also have them checking the up cages. We normally do up cages. We have trolleys that we push through the buildings, and it's in steps. So you can stand on top and check those above you, check those in the middle, and then at the same time the down ones. When we have any adverse situation that may be high temperature or high whatever, what we normally do is we sometimes put in ice blocks in the pools to cool the water so that it can run through the system quickly. At the same time, if the water given to them too is too warm because it's outside, we also put in ice blocks to cool it down. But when it's warm, they don't take it water at all. They feel stress. Yes. And then apart from that, they also check the feces, which the reports come back to me. I also do the monitoring go around. By any time there's a change in feces, then quickly I have to come in and then maybe medicate them or seek advice from the veterinary doctor. We have the feed mill too, where they produce the feed. So normally we fill the silo. It's a 20-ton capacity silo. We fill it and it can take us about roughly maybe 4 or 5 days before it's being depleted. So when they do the filling from the outside, it's being stored there, and when it's stored, you have no attack from any rodent because of the nature of the silo. The uniqueness of Akrofarm falls, should I say, in 3 or 4 ways. Here we obey the standard biosecurity system. So we don't allow anybody come in the farm. We don't allow no matter who you are, if you come in, you need to go through our system, our protocol system, before you even see the birds. And as you can see, we have no open spaces, so there's no activities of birds coming in. Other farms, you have birds going through the nets, build their nest on top of the lights and stuff, bring them disease in there. So you waste most of your feed on them, you waste your medication more. Here our medication usage is less, because you can see the birds are very healthy. They have no outside activities or any outside birds coming in the building. So when you talk about Akrofarm, you talk about technology. You can see all our egg system pass through a conveying machine. In the traditional method, they do hand picking. They go through the building to take from the nest and stuff. Akrofarms, when they lay on the belt, nobody picks it. The machine brings it to a collection point where the machine packs it in crates and then stacks it in turns for delivery.
Saving the country revenue aside, the importance of livestock farming in the reduction of rural poverty cannot be overemphasized. Akrofarms has provided employment to several indigents from the community within which they operate.
I'm Inti Philip, the mechanical technician here in Akrofarm. I possess HND Mechanical Engineering from Accra Technical University. What I do here is that I make sure the automated equipment is in good working condition, and also I make sure that the birds are in good condition, as in their water drinking, their feeding, and also make sure I make my preventive maintenance. That is also day-to-day activities that I do on the equipment. We make sure the feed mill is in good shape, is in good condition, which is I do my shutdown maintenance when it's due. When we come to the feeding system, as you can see, the feeding system starts from this silo. This conveyor is a screw conveyor, and it has to be transferred to the silo and then inside through an auger, which is a spring conveyor. So the spring conveyor also transfers it to the hoppers, the feeding hoppers. Working at Akrofarm here has benefited me positively. That is, it has its working conducive environment. Yes, in terms of incentives, allowances, we don't have problem here. More people should set up a factory of this sort so that it can employ the youth. Because as you can see, this equipment, automated equipment, has employed many of the natives of this area, which is the indigenous people here. It has employed them, and you can see it has also changed the area. That is, people also come here for tourism. Students come here to learn much about this system, which I think it should be encouraged. This kind of automated feeding poultry system will develop the country in a positive way.
I'm Rosemond Amene. I collect eggs, and after that then we bag it. Since I came to Akrofarms, I've seen many of the machines which I've not seen before, and it has helped me. I've done some of the work before, but I wasn't fast like the way I came here. The salary is good. I use the salary to support my family members.
Akrofarms is one out of the many poultry farms springing up in a bid to supply the local demand of poultry products in order to reduce the overdependence on the imports of poultry products into the country. The next few years are really critical for the local poultry industry in Ghana, considering the decisions and level of investment that can help Ghana achieve its domestic production levels that will render the importation of poultry products unnecessary. The next few years ahead of us will indeed determine whether Ghana can achieve self-sufficiency in poultry production in order to put an end to the country's dependence on foreign poultry products.